the specifics of the techniques. They're not native to here per se. The driving principle is something that anybody anywhere, I think, can be inspired by and build and augment on, and add to it. We should be inspired by people that would have seen what they do with whiskey as completely inseparable from the lake, the hill, the coast.
From the beginning, it was less about trying to catch on to the coattails of a trend. We don't start with the idea that this is what it's going to taste like, this is what it needs to be. We have our process, and it's going to inform us, which I think is a little bit the roots of the groundwork for Cataleja. We've been given a spyglass. We've been getting a heading and a direction, and it's less like, oh, that's where we go, and it's more like, that's the direction we're headed in.
You look back, you can look forward, both with the same tool, and get your bearings. Some reflection, some pause for some beauty is always positive, and the ripples effect of that is all of a sudden the possibilities are spinning up and blossoming and growing.
I think it's the pot distillation coupled with the intensity of the Texas climate and coupled with the quality and strength of the ingredients.
The sweetness, both from the wine, the casks, all that combines to build the profile. The texture's good, it's coating, it sticks around a little bit. It's got some spice, but none of them really dominate the character.
The whiskey is incredibly complex. I think it's something that should be celebrated.
Some of these barrels are over 100 years old.
They were tricky to get over here because of how old and rare they were. These are American oak barrels because sherry producers predominantly use American oak. Over 100 years ago, the wood, seasoned, shipped to Spain, turned into cask, used in sherry production for 80 to 100 years, and then we're brought them back for our own purposes. So 100% of the whiskey that went into Cataleja passed through those puncheons. Cataleja has all the work we did to create it, picking these casks, and then the 9 months it took to get them here, and then it's the round of finishings, it's the weeks we spent blending it.
We're recording a moment. It just feels like a lineage. It feels like if there's this 7-8 generation story that's being told.
The waves of flavor that you're getting from those different casks, it's a really good exploration of cask finishing and layering.
Once we give it to you, it's yours. It literally just becomes a backdrop to a memorable moment or a conversation, or it's a companion next to a fire, and it's like an honor to have something you toiled away at be invited along to other people's moments.
And we all had our own idea of what it was going to be and what it could be, and now it's here. And it's different than I expected.
I want to make stuff that has that effect on me. Things that are well-crafted and beautiful and personal. And there's a little bit of a trust and faith component there that other people will have that same experience. That makes it worth doing.
Everyone who gets the opportunity to enjoy what we've made is going to kind of make it their own and have their own relationship and experience.
Cataleja is our limited time special release Texas Single Malt whiskey, distilled in copper pot stills and matured in historic sherry Solera barrels. It's an ode to whiskey makers of the past.
We're honoring the makers who've come before us and using the best of the techniques and the ingredients that they had at their disposal. I think one of the really cool things about doing this and participating in this craft is seeing it change, and you change while it changes you.